So I know y'all have seen this story floating around. And let me say this off top. There is no reason, zero, why a man with over $1.4 billion to his name should be this reckless with his money and reputation. Mm-mm. You're playing a dangerous game at that point. And I don't know why these men refuse to look around at other situations where folks done got jammed up and protect themselves better than this. Make smarter decisions because this shit ain't it, okay? Y'all, this sounds like a casting couch, allegedly, and in my opinion, okay? Because if what Derek Dixon is alleging is true, then Tyler Perry didn't just overstep, but he abused his power in every way that matters. And to be honest, look, I'm not even shocked anymore. We keep saying this shit over and over again, but it doesn't lessen my disgust. Look, Tyler Perry was out here building his empire, dressing up as a woman, preaching morality, and writing scripts that told black women to pray through pain and date and marry men who couldn't even pay the light bills, right? And he was out here doing this to people, right? He was out here pressuring a young gay actor, allegedly, to trade sexual compliance for career security. And the gag is that broke, dependent, trauma-wounded man he wanted women to settle for, that's allegedly the kind of man he actually likes. Loyal, broke, and dependent on him, right? This is not about a love connection. This was about control. So while he's out here telling y'all to, fix a man with Bible verses and baked chicken, he was allegedly grooming one behind the scenes. And let's be clear, this is a pattern. From Diddy to Shannon Sharp to now Tyler Perry, right? These men get power, money, access, but the thing they want most of all is control. That's the common thread. They want control. It's not just the love or the lust, or it's control. They get high off of controlling folks. Look, I read the text messages, y'all, because TMZ was messy enough to put them up. And based off that alone, Tyler gonna have to pay this man, okay? That's if they're true, of course. But this wasn't just about weird text and inappropriate nonsense, right? Derek Dixon laid out a full timeline of what he says happened. And baby, it's disturbing. Let's get into it. Okay, here's what Derek says happened. Back in 2019, Derek was working a red carpet event at the grand opening of Tyler Perry's studios. He wasn't auditioning. He wasn't even chasing anything, so he says. He was just working, right? And according to him, Tyler picked him out of the crowd. He walked right up to him, asked for his number, and said he saw something in him and he wanted to stay in touch. And from there, the shit was on, okay? Tyler started texting him all the time. He was offering career help, telling him he saw potential, saying he could change his life. All types of shit. And look, that's exciting, okay? Tyler Perry is a huge name in the industry. Shit, he can make and break careers. So I could see how Derek kind of got caught up in this web. Listen, he was just working, and opportunity knocked on his door, not the other way around. So in January 2020, Derek says he was invited to Tyler's home, but he had too much, to drink, and he ended up crashing in the guest room. That's when Tyler allegedly got in bed with him and started touching his thighs, while he was drunk and half out of it. Now, Derek claims he was able to reject Tyler's advances, but it's giving opportunistic behavior on Tyler's side, right? After that, in February 2020, suddenly Derek's offered a regular role on the Oval. But it wasn't just any kind of role. It was a gay character who was homeless, who had to sleep with people just to survive. And Tyler told him that's the kind of man he liked in real life. A man who was loyal, broke, and dependent. Okay? And then came the threat. If you ignore me or don't engage with the sexual innuendos, your character will die. And sure enough, that character got shot 4 times in the chest at the end of that season. So now on top of those weird ass texts and inappropriate touching, he's threatening his job. Listen, Tyler, if this shit is true, it's not looking good for you, buddy. It's just not looking good for you, buddy. I don't know why your legal counsel just didn't tell you to cut the check. But we are moving forward. Now, look, after that scene where Derek gets shot up, Derek says Tyler invites him back to his trailer. And while he's there, he pins him up against a wall and groped his butt. Then in October of 2020, on a cash trip to the Bahamas, it allegedly happened again. The same uninvited groping and touching, same shit over again. Now by December 2020, Derek says his body was shutting down. He says he was diagnosed with acute stress, insomnia, and dangerously low cortisol levels. He gets prescribed Zoloft. He says his mental health is falling apart under the pressure, right? I can see that. This is very, stressful. I can see that. Tyler Perry isn't just a man in the industry. No, he's a man with clout. He's a man with power. He's a man with name recognition. He can make or break your career. Look at Monique. Monique has a name that people recognize. Monique is a star. However, Monique was blackballed out of that same industry, fooling around with who? Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey. And Derek is nobody in comparison. We don't know Derek. We don't know Derek's name. We don't know where he came from. We don't know anything about him. So I could see how the pressure was mounting on this man and building on him to, at the very least, be present. I don't think that, my opinion, of course, but I don't think that Derek even wanted to be at his Atlanta home, right? I don't think he did. I think he only came because he had no other choice. Because apparently he liked being an actor and he saw a pathway for himself, if only if he could get, through these moments. And I think that's where he stayed too long. And that's just my opinion, though. But even with all that shit, it still wasn't the end. The worst hadn't happened, right? Even though all of that is pretty bad, the worst hadn't happened. In June 2021, Derek says he was back at Tyler's Atlanta home. He was staying in the guest house this time. He is in his underwear. He's relaxing for bed. And Tyler walks in to give him a, quote, good night hug. Next thing you know, he allegedly yanks Derek's underwear down, gropes him, and tells him to relax and just let it happen. It won't hurt. Tyler, cut the check. Okay? I don't know who you have around you. I don't know who advises you. But again, if this shit is true, cut the check. Okay? Cut the check. By January 2023, Derek says that he's, trying to get away. He wants to move away from Tyler. He wants to get far away from this madness. And he told Tyler he was relocating to California. But he was still under contract. And after leaving the show, he lost out on nearly $400,000 in earnings. Now, Derek says Tyler's team circled back with hush money, bigger checks, promises to buy his pilot. Derek was working on a show. But listen, it was too late at that point. Derek apparently and officially had probably gotten counsel at that point. Somebody probably tapped him on the shoulder and said, do you know that you're sitting on a gold mine? Do you know that you don't have to work again if you come forward? Okay. And I think that's how we ended up with this lawsuit sitting up at $260 million. Listen, Tyler got it. $1.4 billion. He got it. He has $260 million. And I don't feel sorry for him. I do not. Because you, sir, are too reckless with that kind of net worth, with that kind of influence, with that kind of power. You, sir, need to pay like your bank account weighs and is pretty heavy with heavy on them M's. And I think you do have some that you can go ahead and give out. I think if this is true, Derek does deserve the check. Go ahead and cut that man a check. This is ridiculous. Tyler probably has tons of men and women throwing themselves at him every day, all day. I don't understand people who have access to anyone that they want. I don't understand why you would need to pressure someone to be with you. That's the last thing you should do. People are attracted to you based on your net worth. If nothing else, you want a broke, dependent, loyal man. There are plenty of them, I'm sure, in your, text box right now, in your DMs right now, looking for attention. White, black, Hispanic, Asian, everybody's in your DMs. Everybody's in your DMs. It's so weird to me to go after and pressure someone who's obviously not interested in you. Make it make sense. I do not understand that at all. I don't understand it. Tyler is an idiot. Tyler is crazy. Tyler is stupid. There is no way in hell I would play with my legacy this way. Just no way in hell. Anyway, it sounds like a casting couch. There's probably more people that's going to come popping out the woodwork, because I honestly don't think this is his first time. I think this is the first time he got jammed up. I think this is his first time that the hush money didn't work. The bigger check didn't work. The promises to buy whatever, the usual playbook, make shit go away. It just didn't work. It just did not work this time. And now the consequences and the chickens are coming home to roost. And I do not feel sorry for anyone like this. This is absolutely despicable. It's absolutely deplorable. And if it's true, cut the check. Anyway, that's all I got. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time. Bet you know now.